Chaotic Sorceress, ZTC.
Greetings, duelists! Chaotic Sorceress ZTC here, and welcome to another Telefon deck. This is the most stupid, idiotic, insane deck I have ever created. Is it consistent? I haven't checked. I think the consistency of getting the whole thing done is like 50% chance to do Telepi, 80% chance to do Tenpai. Yeah. What do I mean by this? Well, you see, we've got a bunch of cards here. As you can see from the name, this is Telepi, 2 FTKs, 1 OTK. Technically, if an FTK goes second, it's an OTK, but yeah, that's besides the point. Anyways, we're able to play both Baseball Kid and Shadow Priestess of Ohm. And we have a way to get into both of them from deck. So that's great. And we're able to play Tenpai. So yeah. It's kind of stupid. Basically, what we got is a bunch of ways to special summon machine monsters. And then a bunch of ways to get into Telefon. You know, the gist. So, this basically means we get into Telefon. If they happen to stop us, we just swap into Tenpai and hope for the best. So, I should go over this deck. Alright, deck profile, let's go. Turbo Booster at 2. Morphtronic Telefon at 3. Assault Synchron at 1. Ultimate Baseball Kid at 1. Speedroid Terratop at 3. Tenpai Pydra at 3. Tenpai Fadra at 1. Tenpai Genroku at 3. Dora at 2. Shadow Priestess of Ohm at 1. Chandra at 1. Awakening of the Possessed Nefarious Archfiend at 3. Foolish Burial at 1. Machine Dupe at 3. 1 for 1 at 1. Small World at 3. Morphtronic Converter at 3. Dimension Dice at 3. Dice Dungeon at 3. Sangan Summoning at 1. Clockwork Knight at 2. Gadget Box at 2. Diced Dice at 3. And Sangan Kaiman at 1. And in the extra deck, we've got Invoked Magistus Omega, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Horse Prince, Muddy Mud Dragon, Tri-Edge Master, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Maple Maiden, Sangenpai Bident Dragon, Trident Dragion, Sangenpai Transcendent Dragion, Star Eater, Linkuriboh, 2 Relinquished Anima, Clockwork Knight, and also the Earth Charmer, Immovable. Alright. So, basis of the extra deck is we get our... So, first off, we're going to go Linkuriboh into Asa. Asa and one of the Telefons allows us to special summon Awakening of the Possessed from our hand or deck. The Relinquished Animas will also allow us to do that, but it's good to have Linkuriboh engraved first, so that we can get that off. Once we get into the first one of our Nefariouser, we go into Muddy Mud Dragon, summon Clockwork Knight, activate Muddy Mud Dragon's effect to fusion summon into Invoked Magistus. Why do we have Invoked Magistus? Well, you see, we go into the next Nefariouser Archfiend, special summon Tri-Edge Master, and since it allows us to destroy one other card on the field, we destroy Invoked Magistus, which allows us to, if this fusion summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 spellcaster monster from your deck. Then you can equip this card to it as an equip spell that gives it 1000 attack. Shadow Priestess of Ohm is a level 4 spellcaster. You contribute 1 face-up dark monster you control to inflict 800 damage to your opponent. Blah, blah, blah. Horse Prince being the one that allows us to summon Baseball Kid from deck. When this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon one level 3 fire monster from your deck. Blah, blah, blah. And if we have one in hand, we can go into Ancient Fairy Dragon. During your main phase, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. Yada, yada, yada. But you cannot conduct your battle phase. So be careful. Probably only do this if you're going first. The whole reason we have Star Eater is just in case we have, like, I don't know, one of the oddities. Like, say, Ancient Fairy Dragon and Chandra. I don't know. It's just in cases. Like Maple Maiden, Chandra, you know, those specific cases. Overall, some of these cards are just really weird. I'd honestly suggest looking into them yourself. This one allows you to special summon a Morphtronic token, or whatever, counter, Gadget Box token, yeah. Anyways, basics of the deck is special summon monsters, and try to go through Telefon FTKs, at least the setup of it, and then get stopped and instead go into Tenpai. Which I hope most people understand how it works, but we've got some pretty good examples of the deck. Let's get into them, shall we? Alright, now here we go. First up in our examples, or test duels, should I say, we have going first. Our opening hand is Baseball Kid, Small World, Dimension Dice, Clockwork Knight, and Dice. When we're going first, we usually want to open completely Telefon. Dice allows us to roll a die. If we have a 1 or a 6, we get to add a dice card to our hand. So we pick Telefon, because that's helpful. Telefon effect, just to check. Dimension Dice into the next Telefon. Telefon effect. Telefon, bring back Telefon. Telefon into Linkuriboh. Telefon effect. Bring back Telefon. Telefon Linkuriboh for also the Earth Charmer. And those both away for Nefarious or Archfiend. Telefon for Telefon. Link away into Relinquished Anima. Telefon for Telefon again. Into the next Nefarious or Archfiend. Synchro these two off for Mud Dragon. Telefon for Telefon. Into Clockwork Knight in order to fusion summon with Muddy Mud Dragon and Clockwork Knight into the invoked Magistus. Magistus? I don't know. Anyways, Telefon for Telefon. Let's go. Synchro off into the Tri-Edge Master, I believe it's called. Yes. Destroy one card, destroy Magistus. Magistus effect, bring out Shadow Priestess of Ohm. Telefon for Telefon. Bring out Maple Maiden. Now, in this situation, had we not had Baseball Kid in hand, or had we gone through a different route, but yeah, if we didn't have Baseball Kid in hand, we could go into Brotherhood of the Fire Fist still. since we still have that one relinquished anima. Sadly, we did draw Ultimate Baseball Kid, so we can't summon anima, bring out third Nefariouser, and then go into Brotherhood of the Fire Fist. But in many cases, that is usually a possibility. And the most interesting thing about this is it does not lock us if we're just doing Shadow Priestess of Ohm. So later on, when we're going second, if we do Shadow Priestess of Ohm FTK, then we could keep doing that, and then once they're like, alright, I'm gonna stop you, if they wait for some reason, then you can still just bop them. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, we're in the loop. Maple Maiden turned everything into a dark, so let's just speed that up real quick. They never really stood a chance. Yeah. The one good thing about this, in difference from Baseball Kid, is it deals 800 instead of 500, so it'll go by faster. And that is going first done. Well, on to going second. I'll see you there. Alright, and now we're going second. So our opponent is playing Snake Eye Diabellstar, I believe. They've got their whole combo set up. We drew Turbo Booster, Speedroid Terratop, Machine Dupe, Dice, and Clockwork Knight. Not a good hand, not a bad hand. But it will work out for us. For our opponent is apparently not as smart as they think they are. Very sadly. They end their phase. They don't really have any negates on field, except for that. We draw into Small World. And we're going to summon Speedroid Terratop, but technically, if I remember correctly, we could Turbo Booster instead. And that would have allowed us to go Clockwork Knight. Or maybe not. It doesn't matter. But you can Small World, Terratop, or Turbo Booster into Genroku in order to special summon it. Which is nice, because then if you draw a Telefon and you have another monster to go into Genroku with, using Small World, it works like a dream, honestly, from my experience. We summon it, we try Clockwork Knight just in case, and our opponent thinks we're doing something funny. We're not. And then they just keep on linking, or keep on chaining on stuff. Because they think they're so smart. They're not. They're just spinning their wheels here. They can do all their Snake Eyes stuff. They think that they've figured us out. But that's the neat part. This Avram X is not going to save them. Because Tenfi has ways around that guy. And this is only the beginning. Small World. Into Terratop. Into Tenpai Pydra. Pydra effect. Add Sangen Summoning. Sangen Summoning, activate. Sangen Summoning effect, add Chandra. Send Machine Dupe to grave. Chandra effect, special summon, battle phase. Chandra effect, crash Speedroid into Avramax. Genroku attack, Genroku effect, bring out Fadra. Fadra effect, bring back Genroku. Chandra effect, synchro summon into Bident Dragon. Bident Dragon effect, bring back Genroku. Hydra effect, synchro into Transcendent Dragion, which makes it so all monsters your opponent controls must attack if able. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase, such as Avramax, who once per battle during damage calculation, if this card battles a special summon monster, quick effect, you can make this card gain attack equal to the opponent's monster's attack during that damage calculation only. Sadly, that's not going to work with this card on field. Bident Dragon brings itself back. We change all monsters to attack position and destroy one card. Synchro away. Bident and Fadra for Trident Dragion. Trident Dragion effect. Pop 2. Sangen Summoning effect. Transcendent effect. Transcendent bring back itself. Try to destroy it, but it can't. Trident Dragion gains a bajillion attack. And our opponent is destroyed. And that's that. That is Telepi. I'll see you in the wrap-up. Now, is this a good deck? No. No, it's not. You shouldn't play it. No, this is the worst deck I've ever created. It's not too good, but it's fun. It's fun to play every now and again. If you're a Telefon player, if you like Telefon FTKs, and you're just mad about going second, this is a good deck to swap into, so that when you do go second, you're not just a sitting duck. There's a small chance that you actually get away with going second. It's not perfect, but by golly, does it get going second happen? It gets going second happen for FTK deck that doesn't want to go second. It gets go happen. Bad. Not perfect. Bad. Anyways, I've got a lot more updated decks for you to look forward to in the future. Bye!